Our boys has returned to the box for this one, and we'll be seeing it all the way through to the end now. So, is this going to be getting in Albin Ouschan's head yet, Carl?
Well, you'd have to say he's definitely going to be thinking about it, and there's a few things going on. He's been here since day one, and tomorrow his sister enters Group 7, so he'll be fully aware that he might have to play it, unless he can beat Billy and then the winner of Table 2. But he's looked all round a better player, a better attitude, no more cue banging, no more shaking his head, punching his leg. He's up for this one, Michael.
The semi-final of Group 6, Albin Ouschan against Billy Thorpe.
That's a real nice break. To bring the cue ball back up to where it is, well, what a nice break that is. And what a split. Of course, this is the semi-finals, but gotta mention Roberto Gomez, Michael. What a story. He's missed a 9-ball last night to qualify, and now he's out.
Yeah, he could have been planning for the winners group on Monday, instead of which he's more likely to be thinking about a flight home. He was so quick out of the traps yesterday, playing superbly, but just couldn't keep it going, even to the end of yesterday, and then just completely collapsed today.
Now, did Albin play for the 5 in the side, or did he under it the bank? I don't know. I presume he's played for the side. It's just he'd like to have been right behind it, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a thin one. Needs an angle on the 6, and that's fine, so good shot. I think it's fair to say Albin would like to win this group tonight, so he gets a well-deserved day off tomorrow.
Yeah, but here's the question for you. What means more to him, getting the day off or avoiding playing his sister?
I would definitely say the latter comes before the first, I think. You know, he doesn't want to play his sister, does he? Let's be honest, but we all want to watch that match, don't we?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And it still might happen, because if he does go on and qualify, well, Yasmin might as well, so we still might see that matchup, Michael. This is the dream start for Albin. And he's left the cue ball on the rail. You never know. Over on table 2, Kazakis is flying. Played really good today.
Break and run in the opening rack. Albin Ouschan leads Billy Thorpe by 1 rack to 0. Do you know how many matches Albin Ouschan has played this week, Carl? Have a go.
I think it's going to be around the 35, 6, 7 mark.
Keep going. This is his 43rd match.
Wow.
Now let's see next door. Alex Kazakis closing in on a 2-1 lead over Mark Beisterbosch. Big improvement in terms of Beisterbosch's situation since yesterday, when he finished just 1 place off the bottom and just survived. Today, here he is in the semi-final. Kazakis trying to become only the 2nd player from the 6 groups we've had so far to finish first in the table and then actually go on to win the group. David Al-Qaedi was the other one. Of course, he won 8 out of 8 in total that day. And 2-1 to the man from Greece. Just to finish up on Roberto Gomez, he won his first 5 matches yesterday. Since then, across the 2 days, he only managed to win 2 out of 9.
Billy nearly scratches in the side. That wasn't intended. And he's been punished for a poor cue ball break there. No shot on the 1.
Billy Thorpe got to the semi-finals of the first group he played in on Wednesday. He was beaten 5-4 by the aforementioned David O'Cady. Struggled on Thursday, only won 2 of his 6 matches and finished in 6th place. But that's enough to get you through to the next group, and in that case he made good use of it. Finished strongly to claim 3rd place, and again came within 1 rack of a place in the group final, going down 5-4 to the now eliminated Roberto Gomez. Today's been his best day in terms of matches won. He prevailed in 4 of his 6 round-robin encounters.
Billy calls the push and he ties the pink up onto the 2-ball. So the 2-ball is now kind of an insurance policy, and Albin passes the shot straight back, so Billy's kicking at this one. Needs to watch the scratch. Ball in hand for Albin Ouschan. Now if the 2-ball goes in the bottom right corner, he could risk on playing on it.
Big moments already here. If he can figure this out, he can take a firm grip on this semi-final, go 2-0 up with the break to follow in the next rack.
Yeah, decision time now for Albin. He's got 2 or 3 options, so a lot of this comes down to how you feel, and you know, everyone's got their kind of favourite way of playing certain shots. To drop him behind it could go wrong because it's all about speed. He could knock it out, he could play and then play safe. I think that's what he played, but he slightly overhit it. Well, he definitely didn't try and play it behind it or knock it out, so he's definitely playing the hook. I think he's insinuating he got a bit of a keen bounce, but bounce looked alright to me. But now this is not difficult to hit off one rail. Billy was in the comms box before with my good self and enjoyed it actually. Nice guy. We had a good chat for the full match, and it was almost like we forgot we was in the comms box.
Yeah, he's full of enthusiasm, Billy, which is great to see, and he's taken a great attitude to this tournament, not complained about anything, not been giving out about playing lots of matches. He's just excited to have a cue in his hand in a competitive sense again. Been so limited in opportunities over the last 12 months or so.
Billy played a good kick there, he hit the right side of it. That put distance from cue ball to object ball, and that was the danger with Albin's shot selection. The hook on the 2-ball was never going to cause Billy too many problems, and now Easy's got his own little kick problem and needs to hit a rail. He has hit a rail, but he's stuck this ball up, so the good kick from Billy Thorpe has given him a chance in rack 2.
Alex Kazakis taking control on the other table. Just needs the 7 and the 9 to go 3-1 up on Mark Boister-Bosch. No country has got 2 players in the winners group yet, but Boister-Bosch could change that if he were to join Niels Fyan in Monday's grand finale. Did he try to make the 9 there?
I think Key Shot was trying to pot the 4, and in the back of his mind he might have thought it was going close. Billy said in the comms before he's still getting used to the cues. He's gone with a brand new cue brand, and it does always take a little bit of time, and Well, he's had plenty of match practice, put it that way. This is a nice shot by Albin. Great cue ball, and purposely put the pink where it's landed. Big wall of balls to land behind, so Billy's now kicking, and I'm just wondering if he can get between the green 6 and the 8 to play it off the one rail. Needs this to slow down, or he's stuck it up and he's left it for Albin. So the good safety's paid off for Mr. Ouschan. Day 6, still grinding away.
I think this would be the perfect day for Ouschan to go through. He'll have had 6 days of matches. And don't forget, you're accumulating prize money all the way through if you're staying in it. And then he still gets a rest day, and that's all you need, really. So I think this is the ideal situation for him, having been in since Group 1. If he gets through today, I mean, if he got through earlier in the week, sometimes just sitting around doing nothing actually takes more out of you.
Yeah, it could turn out to be a shrewd business move from the Austrian. It's been an amazing transformation though. I mean, we've seen it all with Albin this week. Today we've seen nothing other than full concentration mode.
Yeah, he's actually a really friendly, down-to-earth kind of guy, like most of the pool players off the table, but at times he can be a different animal on it. That's fine, within certain limits, but I think more than anything he was harming his own chances the way he was carrying on earlier in the week. Good to see him enjoying it again. Oh, he won't have enjoyed that though, Carl.
No, he's not good for Albin, and this could be the unravelling. And seen it a few times this week. He did have a chance in the semi-finals last night in the last rack at Hill, and these things, they do start to wind you up a bit. Let's not forget he's been here 6 days battling. So this is a big moment on table 1.
You were saying Thorpe has had plenty of match practice. This is his 27th match in the tournament. And he's level in it at 1 rack apiece against Albin Ouschan. I was talking to one of the players, Carl, I'm not going to say who it was, and talking about learning English. And the player in question said that one good way of learning English for them had been watching Peaky Blinders, you know, the TV show?
Yep.
So I said, oh, you know, Matt from Matchroom, one of the guys organising the tournament, he's from Birmingham, where it's set. And the response I got was, Birmingham's a real place? And then I revealed it's actually the 2nd biggest city in England, and I'm not sure I was even being believed at that stage. You get so many little stories like that when you're here for this long at a tournament.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Here's table 2, former world number 1. Alex Kazakis is at the table. He's got a healthy lead in that match, and he's got a shot at a long 3. And he got into that nicely. Draws the cue ball back very nice, does Kazakis. Every time he's got a draw shot, he gets through the cue ball nice and gets plenty of action on the cue ball. Back over to table 1. Albin Ouschan's just missed an 8 ball. It's 1 rack all. And just as you'd think, he's no shot on the 1. But he might have a jump shot. If he can jump over the 9 and the 8, that's if the 9's in the way. It's not the most difficult of jump shots, this. Let's have a look where this 9 finishes. Yeah, I think he's alright. He can just skim over the edge of the 9. That's why Albin's not playing a push and he's gone straight for his jump cue, because he's got a great chance of potting this. And if he can stop the cue ball, well, anywhere there, he's got a shot on the 2, so this shot is definitely in his favour. Yeah, good shot, Albin. And if he can run these balls out there, you see another look, just jumps over the edge of the 9 and the 8, cue ball stops roughly around that area. If you can just run the table now, the missed 8 ball in the last rack, it would be kind of put to the back of his mind. Now he's got a decision to make here. Does he risk bumping into the 3? Does he risk playing into the gap? If he plays into the gap, he's got to be careful of the side pocket. Could he play off 2 rails and go towards the 9? Well, he's played into the 3 and he's hit that all wrong. That was the danger. He'll have known there was danger in that shot, and I don't believe it passes the 5, so he's got a good safety here, but he's got to lock him up because Billy the banker, well, he's a good kicker of the ball. I think he might be going at the pot. He is going at the pot. It's a nice effort, that. That looked a lot wider than the screen told us.
Yeah, he's having to battle a bit here, and the fact that he's digging in and doing it suggests he's making a pretty good job of putting that missed 8 ball out of his head.
Neil's Fine made a good point in comms. You've got to want it, you've got to grind it out. This is grueling. Nothing's coming easy in this rack. Everything's getting kissed a little bit funny. I think he can play this into the corner, which would give automatic position for the green, so he's kind of back in shape now.
I tell you who doesn't seem to be finding it grueling is Alex Kazakis, because he's 4-1 up now against Mark Bijsterbosch. He's on the hill. He's just broken in rack 6. Well, he's made a couple of balls, but not sure what he's got on the 1. Keep you up to date on that.
Yeah, he's not happy where he's left the cue ball. Not too sure why. You just roll it through and play the 9 in the corner.
This is the way to respond then to making a mess of the 8 ball in the previous rack. Albin Ouschan leads Billy Thorpe in the group semi-final by 2 racks to 1. The story continues next.
Sporting events should not be held until there are no new cases.
Well, that's right up there with me. No crowd, but who needs them? in terms of pure potting ability, he's just one of the best we've ever seen.
Oh my word. Incredible.
What a power-packed partnership it is. Start the engraving process.
Two very different semi-finals going on in Group 6 of the Predator Championship League pool in Milton Keynes. On the other table, Alexander Kazakis is leading Mark Bijsterbosch by 4 racks to 1, and he's got him in all sorts of trouble in the next rack. Here though, very tight start. Albin Ouschan leading Billy Thorpe by 2 racks to 1. Missed a very easy 8 ball when he looked to be on his way to winning the second rack. Put it behind him though to take the third emphatically. It's Thorpe who's got us started in the fourth. What's he got here, Carl?
Well, his nickname's Billy the Banker, and he has a bank shot. He did say earlier on that he's really been struggling. He's not made a bank at all, so let's see how he gets on here. It's quite an easy bank, really, for any pool player, so he should really make this. It's a good chance. Cue ball's going to be key, though, to get on the next ball.
And now that he has, they're all there.
Yeah, he'll be delighted with that. Cue ball's just shown its face past the purple 5. Over on table 2, Alexander Kazakis is at the table. He leads 4 racks to 1.
Yeah, I was saying there, he had Bijsterbosch in all sorts of trouble, and that has yielded him a chance.
Billy Thorpe's made a mistake. He's tried to hit the 8 ball full, clipped it and gone behind it, so it's time for Billy Thorpe to go airborne. Cue ball is close to the object ball, so he'll need to raise that back arm up high, and there's also a chance that the cue ball needs to land on the 3 ball. This is just what Albin Ouschan needs. Then you see, watch the cue ball land on the 3. That's the only way he could really pot that ball. Albin's tough shot coming up though. Awkward cueing.
Kazakis has made a lovely bank shot on the 5, got nice position, and now he's reached the 8 ball, and he just needs this and the 9 to make it through to the final of the first group he's played in. And he'll have a decent bit of a rest before he plays that final, because this is going to take some sorting out yet.
It wobbled, it's gone in, nice shot, well controlled with the cue ball.
Kazakis has now completed that 5-1 win. I think Bijsterbosch will be happy enough. He was second bottom yesterday, got to the semis today.
Yeah, Bijsterbosch is having table time, and As you said, he'll be back tomorrow. Last chance though tomorrow. Albin needs a good shot here because he's landed straight. That's why he's drawn it back, needs to find the gap. This is a tremendous shot. Could do with this off the rail though. That's just made life a little bit harder. Digging down on the cue ball. Lovely shot. He's not too happy with where the cue ball has finished, but I don't think that's too bad, Albin.
Well, this is a little tester for him. Missed a much easier 8-ball than this earlier.
In the same pocket as well, so that might be playing on his mind. Surprised he's aiming low on the cue ball. Played it well, could have run round the 2. Now we've seen him missed over the years, so he needs to bear down on this, and he knows this will just give him that little bit of breathing space.
(3-1), and he'll have the break in the next rack. And really, apart from that 8-ball that he missed earlier on, Carl, this has turned into a pretty solid performance.
Yeah, he's playing alright. He's still having the odd little shake of his head and he's smirking to himself there. That's just because he's not quite getting the cue ball where he wants. And I think it's fair to say Albin's a perfectionist.
Speaking of perfectionists, all of the players we've asked to come into the commentary box this week have done so willingly. But Chris Melling just can't get enough of it. He's not even commentating on the match. He still won't leave the commentary box. He's sitting next to us here, glued to it.
He's as good as sat on my knee.
I think we're going to have to drag him out of the box to go and play on Monday. Of course, if things had worked out slightly differently, this would have been the group final last night, because they both lost 5-4 at the semi-final stage. Thorpe against Roberto Gomez, who's now out of the tournament altogether, and Ouschan against the eventual group winner, Naoki Oi. I think we were saying for a lot of the week that Kelly Fisher's come back from 4-1 down to win 5-4 in the group semi-final the other night had been the match of the week. I think now probably the most memorable match will be that group final last night. Roberto Gomez will be having serious regrets about that for some time.
Yeah, came so close. Missed the 9-ball. If he'd have potted the 9, he was in the final group. Now he's got that long flight back to USA. Does reside in USA now, so...
Whereabouts? Do you know where he lives in America?
No, and he has told me. That's how long of a week it's been. Nine balls close, it was moving, didn't go in. Albin's got a shot at the 1. Does it past the 7? If it does, it's not easy. Yeah, so if it does pass the 7, he will play it. He'll play the cue ball probably in behind the 2 to get position. He's having a look. It looks very tight, so I'm not too sure. If not, he's got a nice safety shot. Looking forward to watching Yasmin get her campaign underway tomorrow, Michael. Can't wait to see her play. The ladies who have competed so far, Christina Tkach and Kelly Fisher, have done the ladies' game proud.
Yeah, Jasmine was in the commentary box earlier on today. She's just delighted to be playing. I mean, she hasn't had a tournament for over a year.
Yeah, you're going to see a different style of play from Yasmin tomorrow. She's a little bit Niels Fine-esque, where she paces around the table and everything gets 110%.
She doesn't make her own techno music, though. Not as far as we know.
So, Albin missed the one. Wasn't easy. Billy's at the table. Big rack. That was a nice shot. That was very thin. Now he's got a tricky shot. He's got to get the cue ball out of that corner and try and get it on the 5 ball. It's not easy. Job well done. Stunned over for the 5. And this is a great chance.
They've played 4 times already this week. These two. When they first met actually on Wednesday, it was a 5-4 win for Thorpe. But he's lost all 3 since then, including a couple of donuts. 5-0.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of respect for Albin's game. He was actually saying in the commentary box before he's a big fan of his game, and that's a poor mistake. And this is the chance Albin needs. He needs to capitalise now. He needs to run this table and kick on to get to the final. And Alexander Kazakis is in that final. He's waiting for the winner of this match. Good performance on his opening day, Michael.
What would you do now, Carl, in that position? Would you have a little rest while you were waiting for this to be resolved, or would you go and stay loose on the practice table?
No, I definitely wouldn't go be on the practice table, and I don't think he will be. He might be. Depends what type of player or person you are. I'd probably go and have an apple or a banana or something, and maybe watch these lads battle it out.
Well, you sort of feel here, if Ouschan polishes off these two, that could really be that. That was a bad miss from Thorpe. He's had a few of those tonight.
So this 9, Albin Ouschan, he's on the hill. He's lost in 2 finals so far this week.
And he's 1 rack away from another one. Billy Thorpe, though, will have the break in the next rack. But he now needs to win all of the last 4, or it's going to be 3 semi-final defeats from 3 for him so far in this tournament. You mentioned Jasmine Ouschan coming in tomorrow. Dennis Grabe from Estonia has been doing quite nicely on the Euro Tour in recent years. Will be the other player coming in. It's going to be such a different dynamic to tomorrow's play, really, because today all the talk is about just staying in the tournament and avoiding finishing bottom. Well, that won't be in the equation tomorrow, because if you don't make the semi-finals, you're out anyway. And you look at it now, this is day 6. By the end of tonight, only 6 players will have been eliminated, 1 each day. Tomorrow, we'll lose another 6 in one go. So it's going to be a very different sort of day, a very exciting day.
Yeah, I've had a few messages about the format and people saying, oh, it's a bit unfair, but moving forward, of course, this is the inaugural Predator Championship League pool event. Moving forward, there will be, you know, perks for being highly ranked, so it will sort itself out. Just enjoy the pool, folks. Stop moaning.
Yeah, Billy Thorpe might moan about that one, though. He's come up dry, and this could be the final act. Yeah, one of the things that people have said is that the players in the first group are obviously at a big advantage because it gives them more opportunities to get through. In theory, they've got 7 chances to get through. Now, the counter-argument to that, of course, is that they were basically all big names, so they were in the first group for a reason, and that's going to be cleared up even more for next year because there'll actually be a system to decide who the 7 players in Group 1 are, the defending champion and the 6 highest ranked players in the Matchroom World Rankings. So it's very clear now how to get into Group 1, so you can't really complain if you're not in it. It's all about opportunities, and if you tell people, right, this is what you've got to do to get to this stage in your career, to play in this event, to have these perks, then it's up to them to go off and do it.
I think the cue ball has just held up enough, has it? It's getting to the point where I can't read Albin Ouschan's face, but maybe that tells you it's not good. He could bank it into the top right. It wouldn't be the most difficult of banks.
Billy Thorpe might have thought he wasn't going to be getting out of his chair again until it was time to give Albin Ouschan the congratulatory fist bump. Maybe that's not going to be quite how this story ends.
Yeah, he's not sure if this pot's in the corner, and with this camera angle we can't really tell, so is he playing the bank? I think he is, looking at that line. And he's missed this. He might have even trebled it, you know. Well, he's not, so Billy's back at the table.
Oh, he has, you know.
Well, he has. Billy's not back at the table.
Yeah, I'm with you, though. I didn't think that had any chance of going in until it did.
Yeah, I thought it was hitting a lot higher up the rail, to be fair. I need to stop doing that on the overhead camera. It's deceiving, that camera angle.
It's funny, though, on some shots you actually get a better view, I think, get a better perspective of it.
Oh, I hate the bird's eye view camera. Camera guys, please stop. This is the best camera angle.
I thought you liked looking down on all of us.
Well, he's not took his opportunity of the fluke 3. USA's Billy Thorpe is back at the table and he's still in this semi-final. Albin's emotions for the 6 days must have been so up and down.
Could write a book about them. Ouschan's Emotions. I wonder what Billy Thorpe's emotions are right now. I mean, he's not played well. He's just sort of scrapped away, picking up bits here and there. And yes, there's still a chance he can be in the group final.
Billy Thorpe's using new cues for this event, and whenever you have a change of cue, some of the shots don't feel quite 100% until you get used to it. He did allude to that earlier on in the commentary box, that he's not 100% with his cue.
He's not done yet, you know. Billy Thorpe wins the 6th rack. He closes to 4-2 down. Albin Ouschan will break though in the next rack. We'll have that in a moment.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Alex Kazakis awaits in the Group 6 final. He got his match against Mark Bijsterbosch, finished some time ago. He's been waiting for the other two to resolve their encounter. Albin Ouschan still looks the clear favourite, but Billy Thorpe is still battling. He's won the 6th rack. Ouschan, though, has the break in rack 7. Got to make it count.
It's a nice break off there from Albin. Good cue ball control, and he didn't get kissed, and he's got a good split here, and it's a good chance. 2 ball to the 3 is going to be key. He will need an angle on the 3. And he can't kind of get down low, can he, for the 2? There's a little bit of work to do here on this finish. Yeah, he could just miss the 4, so that's not bad. That's worked out pretty good for Albin. Wanted to be at the bottom rail because it's easier to play this 2 ball that's in the pocket to get all the way back up for the 3. That's why he come all the way down table. That's not his best shot. Doesn't want to be straight on this. Now he has got an angle. I'm wondering if the 4 passes the brown 7 all the way down table.
It's funny to think as long ago as Tuesday night he was 1 match away from going out of the tournament. Had to win his last match against Ralph Souquet just to stay in it. Here he is, 4 days later, still battling away and still looking for a place in the winners group.
Don't think he played the cannon, but it's actually not worked out too bad.
And that should pretty much be that now. Albin Ouschan was runner-up in Group 1 on Monday. He didn't make it to the semi-finals on Tuesday, as I was saying. He barely stayed in the competition at all. He got to another semi-final on Wednesday and lost it. On Thursday, again in the semis. And once more he got to the final, but didn't win a rack in it against Niels Fyen. Last night, another semi-final. Beaten in a hill-hill finish by Naoki Oi. And tonight, in his 5th semi-final of the week, it looks as though he's heading for the final once more. People say if you keep knocking on the door long enough, it'll open eventually. Never really been a big believer in that. And Alex Kazakis will certainly have a thing or two to say about it, because he now awaits in the Group 6 final for Albin Ouschan, who is through after seeing off Billy Thorpe by 5 racks to 2. The final is just minutes away.